What's up, YouTube? Tim Moose here. Now, here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films that are coming out this week, whether it be theaters, streaming, etc. All right. Now, here are the big ones. One of which we, of course, got made my anticipated film this week, and that is Scream 6. I just adore this franchise. I think the Scream movies are really awesome. Ghostface, definitely one of the most OG killers there is. I cannot, and this time around, the setting is in New York City, so I cannot wait to see how they're going to tackle that here. Of course, we got Hayden Panettiere coming back. Of course, returning other cast members like Courtney Cox. Not Nave Campbell, but I think it could still work without Nave. Nave Campbell was great in the other Scream films, but it's really cool to see like some new fresh faces and just have her. Not. I mean, it would have been cool if she was in it, but it's really cool to see like more new fresh faces. Being the faces of Scream. The newer Screams. Maybe she'll come back for 7. Who knows? But yeah, I am so pumped for this. I'm hoping it's as great because I've been hearing great things about. So hopefully, it'll be as good as the last one. Anyway, also out this week we got 65, which stars Adam Driver, Arena Greenblatt, Chloe Coleman, and it's from the same people who also gave us, who wrote the Quiet Place movies. And here's what it's about. After a catastrophic crash on an unknown planet, pilot Mills quickly discovers he's actually stranded on Earth. 65 million years ago, now, with only the chance at a rescue, Miles and Mills and the other only survivor, Cora, must make their way across an unknown terrain riddled with dangerous prehistoric creatures. From the looks of it looks like Alien meets Jurassic Park. I'm getting a bit of that vibe here. The trailer actually looked really decent, although the review embargo lifts, I believe, tomorrow, so that's a little worrisome. They haven't really promoted this too well, which I don't know why, because they've actually released this thing, they delayed it a couple of times, but yeah, I mean, it's a little disappointing that they have no faith in this film at all, especially opening up against Scream 6. Like, seriously. But maybe it'll be a surprise. Who knows? But yeah, like, it's a little worrisome knowing that they don't even have confidence in this thing, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, also out, we got Champions, about former minor league basketball coach receives a court order to manage a team of players with disabilities. Despite his doubts, he soon realizes that together they can climb, they can go further than they ever imagined. Now, this does star Woody Harrelson, and is directed by one of the Farrelly brothers, I believe Bobby Farrelly, who of course co-directed stuff like Dumb and Dumber. There's something about Mary. I think the trailer for this have looked really decent. Woody Harrelson looks great in this. You got Kevin Olsen, Cheech Marin, Ernie Hudson's in this. I think this could be a really good, feel-good film of the year. So it should be interesting to check out. All right, now on streaming this week, we of course got Lucifer: The Fallen Sun coming to Netflix, which of course is the film based on the Idris Elba TV series about a serial killer who terrorizes London while disgraced detective John Lucifer sits behind bars, hunted by his failure to capture this cyber psychopathic who now taunts him. Lucifer decides to break out of prison to finish the job by any means necessary. I mean, I've never really seen the Lucifer TV show, but to be honest, the trailers didn't really do much for me, so I barely even talked about it. But you do got Idris Elba, who's always great. You got Andy Serkis in this. Cynthia Erivo's also in this. So I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, but I've been hearing some decent stuff about it. Maybe you got to be more into the TV show to really appreciate the film, I guess. But here we go again. Anyway. All right, on Disney Plus, we got Chang Can Dunk, which is another basketball movie, by the way. So we got literally not one, but two basketball-based movies coming out this week. Champions and Chang Can Dunk. It's about Chang, a 16-year-old Asian American high school student, in band, best to school basketball star that he can dunk by homecoming, but before he can rise up, he'll have to re examine everything he knows about himself, his friendships, and his family. And the trailer for this looks really terrific. I think it looks really, inspirational. So you got Dexter Darden from that Saved by the Bell reboot's also in this. I looks like be some really interesting inspiration based film. And Disney has made some really decent sports movies over the years, so maybe this will be another good one. Who knows? All right. Also coming to VOD, we got the horror film Unseen, which is this horror thriller starring Madari Francis from Good Boys fame. And it's about Sam, a gas station clerk, receives a random cell from Emily, a nearly blind woman who's running from her murderous ex in the woods. Using a phone, Sam becomes Emily's only chance for survival as she guides the terrified woman to a phone call. And I took a creep for this. And of course, I did talk about it. It looks really creepy. I think this could be something really interesting to check out. Just a little worrisome. It's not going to theaters. It says going to VOD and MGM Plus, so shows they didn't have much confidence in us. But yeah, I don't know. It could be intriguing to check out. Also out this week, we got the new film called The Dawn. The Dawn is a visually dynamic and heart-stirring theatrical portrayal of life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Not your average passion play. The Dawn combines martial arts, aerial acrobats, and emotionally powerful performances that have been engaged audiences across the U.S. for almost 20 years. Now, this actually, I believe, premiered at Fathom Events, but I didn't really see it because the previews did not look all that great to me. So, yeah, I don't know. This could be interesting, but just like the previews did not do it hardly anything to get me inside. So, yeah. All right, we also got a thriller called Righteous Kill, Righteous Deed. Oh, it's a Righteous Kill. That's that De Niro and Pacino film. Totally different film. Anyway, Righteous Steve stars Cam Gigante, and as the head of an organization, assembles a crew to steal back artwork plundered by Nazis during World War II. The trailers for this actually looks pretty bad. I mean, of course, you got Cam Gigante from Twilight fame, but yeah, the previews for this. I love a good heist film, but just this did not really do anything for me. All right, we also got a movie called Supercell, which stars, speaking of Scream. You got Skeet Ulrich, of course. He's best known for playing Billy Loomis in the Scream films. You also have DeLay NH, which I believe is a fight film, if I'm not mistaken. You also have Alec Baldwin, and in it, baseball-sized hail, violent winds, and a churning tornadoes make supercells deadly. And when William Brody was a boy, his father, a legendary storm chaser, was killed by one. Now the family business belonged to Zane Rogers, played by Alec Baldwin, a reckless tour operator who sees dollar signs where others see the storm clouds. And so you have William leaves his mom, played by the late NH, and home behind to team up with his father's ex-partner, Roy Cameron, played by Skeet Ulrich, barely surviving a tornado, yet determined to chase one of nature's most terrifying creation. And holy cow, this thing makes Geostorm looks like an Oscar winner. This does not look great. I mean, yeah, you got Alec Baldwin, who's always great. You got Skeet Ulrich, the RIPNH, but yeah, the preview for this didn't do anything for me. I mean, definitely looks like a home to video based film, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, we got another horror film that actually looks really intriguing, and it's called Unwelcome. A couple escapes their urban nightmare to the tranquility of rural Ireland, only to hear stories of mysterious creatures who live in the gnarled ancient woods at the foot of their garden. As warned by the new neighbors, the creatures come when called to help souls in dire needs of rescue. But it's crucial only to remember that there's always a dear price to pay for their aid. Now it stars Hannah John Kamen, who of course played Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and you got famed British actor Douglas Booth, who was also in that the Motley Crue biopic, The Dirt, a couple years ago on Netflix. The preview for this looks intriguing. Looks creepy. Some really creepy creatures lurking around. So I'm intrigued to check this one out. All right, we also got some film called The Siege, not to be confused with the Denzel Washington film of the same name. Walker, an international assassin slash hitman, is compromised during a mission. His handler sends him to reassignment center, at which Walker will be processed for a new identity. During his stay at the facility, a ruthless assault team storms the compound searching for someone their boss has lost. Walker begrudgingly falls in with Elda, a skilled hitwoman, and Juliet, her mysterious ward, in order to maximize the chance to survive the night. And so, yeah, this actually does not look great either. So, yeah, definitely looks like home video based film. So, could be cool, I guess. But yeah, we also got a movie called Southern Gospel. Given a second chance, a rebellious rock star follows in his father's footsteps and becomes a preacher. However, his desire to share a message, forgiveness, and gets tested at every turn. Now, it does star Emma Myers, who of course played the scene stealer and Ned Sinclair on the show Wednesday. You also got J. Alphonse Nicholson for P Valley fame. So we got some interesting cast members in this, but it's another faith based movie, which I don't mind faith based films, but lately they have not been as great as they were before. But yeah, I'm not really intrigued to check this one out. All right, we also got a movie called The Magic Flute, which is actually based on a story of the same name and has F. Murray Abraham, who of course coming off of the White Lotus second season, which he was awful in that. But anyway, Tim has been dreaming his whole life about attending music school, but his first day confronts him with a hostile headmaster, the stresses of a first love, and serious doubts about the unnecessarily of his singing voice. When he discovers a mythical gateway in the school's library, he gets pulled into a fantastic cosmos of Mozart's opera, The Magic Flute, where imagination has no limits and the Queen of the Night reigns. I mean, I saw the preview for this. To be honest, it just looks like a little bit of a Harry Potter ripoff. Like, he definitely has a little bit of a Harry Potter feel to it. So, I don't mind, ripoffs, but yeah, this definitely looks it. I think the book was written before the Harry Potter books, but still, just a preview for this definitely has a bit of a Harry Potter feel. But all right, okay. Now that's all the films coming out. Now the TV shows we got. I just saw this like a couple of episodes of this one, and we of course got History of the World Part Two. I just saw like a couple of episodes this week. This is maybe my favorite new comic show of the year so far. History of the World Part Two is awesome. Of course you got Mel Brooks who's the narrator of this. You got a great cast. You got the likes of Jack Black's in this. You got Jamie Smooth. Who else is in this? Of course, Ike Barinholtz, Wanda Sykes, Nick Kroll, Pamela Adline. I mean, the list goes on and on. You got Dove Cameron's in this. I mean, talk about a great cast. And I had a fun time with it. I mean, of course, they do retell like histories here. And of course, some of the story arcs, you've got the likes of a sitcom starring Shirley Chisholm. You've got, what else you had? Oh, yeah, you had a Princess Bride like story with Jesus Christ. I mean, you had some really fun moments in this. So, of course, the next few episodes is premiering, I believe, tomorrow. So I cannot wait to check out the final episodes. But yeah, if you guys have not really seen History of the World Part 2, which of course is a follow-up to Mel Brooks's History of the World Part 1, do yourself a favor, go watch it. You might enjoy it, or you might not enjoy it because the humor is not for everyone, but give that one a go. All right. We also got You, Season 4, Part 2. Of course, we're Penn Badgley returning. Of course, the last season was okay, I guess. I mean, I like you. I just don't love it as most people do. But Penn Badgley is really great at playing this creepy serial killer here. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna stack up the final season. Of course, I believe the season 5 is also coming. I'm not really sure if they announced one yet, but could be interesting to check this one out. All right, on Paramount Plus, we've got School Spirits, starring Peyton List from Cobra Kai fame, as well as Milo Manheim. And it's about Maddie, who's a teen girl stuck in the afterlife, investigating her own mysterious disappearance. She goes on a crime solving journey as she adjusts to school in the afterlife. But the closer she gets to the truth, the more secrets and lies she discovers. And the preview for this looks really intriguing. I like Peyton Liz. Really glad to see her branching out after Cobra Kai. Of course, she's also best known for like Jessie Faye, Bunked. So she's always a given when she pops up and stuff. So this could be intriguing to check out. All right, last but not least, on Hulu, we got in Unprisoned, a messy but professionalist relationship therapist and single mom's life is turned right side up when her dad gets out of prison and moves in with her and her teen son. Now, this does star Kerry Washington, Delroy Lindo's also in this, and the preview for this looks really intriguing. Kerry Washington is always amazing when she pops up and stuff. Delroy Lindo should have gotten an Oscar nomination for The Five Bloods, but hey, is what is there. That aside, I'm intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. It looks really fun, so it could be interesting to check out. But that's pretty much it. Let me leave it to you guys. Which of these films or shows are you interested in? Are you interested in, I don't know, Unprisoned, School Spirit, History of the World Part 2, we got something called Punch. I don't know what that is. Are you excited for Scream 6, 65, Champions? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon signing on.